Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Today I have an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you the fragrances that I picked up on my recent trip to London and Paris. I had just the best time there. The shopping there is way different than in the US. It's ultimate luxury, especially in London. I went to Harrod's, I went to Selfridges, Harvey Nichols, and then while in Paris, I went to my dream perfume store, Je Vois. So I'm going to be sharing with you what I picked up from those stores, along with a couple of good finds in the duty free. The first one I picked up is from a brand that I've been looking at for a while. I've seen a lot of people talk about it and I've been interested in it. But once again, here in the US, it is difficult to find. So I actually found this brand at Je Vois in Paris. It is a beautiful niche boutique over by the Place de la Concorde. I will link their Instagram, their website down below. They have a beautiful selection there. Everyone was so kind. I just felt like I was being catered to. They were very sweet to me, every single person in that store. They were giving me suggestions, checking things for me, and I just really appreciated how they were. I know I'm definitely going to be going back there one day soon. So the fragrance I picked up while in Je Vois was from L'Orchestre Parfum, and that is Ombre Cello. I was looking at this and also Piano Santal because I do love sandalwood fragrances, but I also love amber fragrances. And I realized I don't have a very good amber dominant fragrance in my collection, so I decided to go with this one because I do already have quite a few sandalwood fragrances in my collection, and there was just something special about this. It has a citrusy opening to it. It's almost creamy. It's like a creamy lemony scent with a heavy dose of amber, but the amber is not in itself heavy. It's very smooth, refined. This is an extremely elegant fragrance. It could be worn in all seasons. I've been wearing it here in the high heat and it's doing very well, but I could also see this performing even better in colder weather. I've been wearing this like every day since I got back. So I was just looking at the notes, and the lemony undertone is actually coming from bergamot, which I could see because it does have a crisp quality to it. And then you have myrrh, benzoin, tonka bean, and vanilla. So it is quite sweet, but it's more of a resinous sweetness coming from the myrrh and benzoin together. I tend to really love benzoin in fragrances, so I think that's why I was really drawn to this one. I'm extremely happy to have this in my collection. L'Orchestre Parfum is just a very unique brand. All of their fragrances are inspired by music. You can actually click on a link on their website and listen to the song that goes with each fragrance. So it's just a very special brand, and I'm really happy to have this in my collection now. And now I didn't pick up anything in Harrod's, Harvey Nichols, or Selfridges. There was a lot of exclusives and I was excited about it. I thought about making some purchases, but I decided not to. I wanted to hone in on things that I've been looking at that I know are either difficult to find in the US, I can't find access to here, or I can't find discounted here in the US. And so when I was going through the duty free in London, I found a gem that I've been looking at for months and months, and I've always wanted one of these fragrances in my collection, so I was over the moon when I found this at a discount. This is Magenta Tanzanite from the Armani Prive collection. Ooh, I'm so happy to have this. Even just the bottle, the packaging of this, it kind of picks up a little red on camera, but this is a true pink magenta fragrance, and it has this marble design to the bottle, which I absolutely adore. I do love marble designs. I just think it's very elegant, chic, modern, and this bottle is unlike any other that I've seen from other brands. When it comes to the fragrance itself, this is a scent profile that I naturally gravitate towards. It is like a spicy gourmand. It is slightly reminiscent, and I have heard people say this before, of Minuit et Demi from Fragrance du Bois and Demi Rawling, and there is definitely a similar undertone to it because you do have that cardamom spice You have coffee in here. It has this caramel vanillic scent to it. And I do have that fragrance in my collection. I adore it. It's one of my top fragrances. But I still wanted to have this because I feel like I get a little bit more of the coffee in here. It also has myrrh, cinnamon, tonka bean, vanilla. So it does have that sweet tobacco essence to it as well. But I sprayed it here. I do get the cinnamon in here, which is not a factor in Minuit Demi, so that makes it very different. I think the myrrh also adds a little bit more of a resinous quality to this. And so that's what stands out for me. The cinnamon, the myrrh, the coffee is very dark and rich. Not bitter, but it's a very dark roasted coffee. And I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I didn't really know that I was a coffee lover when it came to fragrance. I mean, I've always loved the smell of freshly brewed coffee, espresso, so I guess it makes sense. And I am over the moon about this. I can't believe I found it at a discount. That's why I waited, because I was waiting to get a discount. I mean, in the US this is about $330, and don't get me wrong, I've spent that before, but I wanted to wait it out and see if I could find it. And so I'm happy I did. It was meant to be that I happened upon this while in London. This is going to be a stunning spicy gourmand fragrance in the winter, in the fall as well, as it starts to get chilly. So if you do live in a cold climate, you would absolutely love this if you do like your spicy gourmand scents. I could see this being very cozy and enveloping in the cold weather. I just wish that it was a little bit chillier here, but I'm going to New York in December. I'm definitely bringing this with me so that I can use it while I'm there and really enjoy those rich, enveloping notes. I have the last fragrance here that I picked up, and I did also get a couple of fragrances for my friends, so I came back with quite a few things, but only 3 fragrances for my collection. And the third one I've also been looking at for a while, but it is not available in the United States anywhere. Only the eau de toilette is available, and I've tried that version. I've tried the sport version. This is a men's fragrance, and I just happened upon it again in the duty-free. I was hoping to find this fragrance while in Paris, and I sure did. It was very unexpected coming across it in duty-free. I didn't have time to go to any other fragrance stores in Paris that may have possibly had designer or anything discounted. I was only there for the day, but I found this beauty. This is from the Dior Homme collection, and this is the Intense. So I decided to go with the Intense. I originally wanted to get the eau de parfum or the Parfum, I'm not sure which version it is, which they did have, but they didn't have a tester for it, and I've never smelled it before, but they had a tester of this one. And naturally, I tried it out, and I was shocked. I was amazed. I didn't think I could love a men's fragrance so much. I know I've talked about and hyped up a lot of similar fragrances, but this one is just above everything else. This is definitely my top men's fragrance right now, and it's definitely my #1 men's designer fragrance at the moment. I don't know if anything else will surpass this because I am that head over heels for this fragrance. The Intense in particular, just from what I've heard, is that it is a little bit sweeter. I think it's a touch powdery. It does have iris and Brett, making it sweet. It has this kind of tonka bean quality to it as well. It has cedar, vetiver, so you do have a lot of classic men's fragrance notes in here. But I feel that the Ambre just provides this soft, powdery, sweetened touch. It is very masculine. I could honestly see a woman wearing this as well because it is sweetened up. And it's by no means like a classic fresh men's fragrance. This is definitely a little bit more on the gourmand side. This isn't your typical fresh men's like masculine fragrance. I could see a woman wearing this because the iris in here is very buttery. So mixed with that ambre, it gets a little bit sweetened up. But this is extremely elegant, classy, refined. This is not just any fragrance that you throw on. You need to have a nice outfit, be put together. Yes, it can be a day-to-day fragrance. You could wear this to work, to the office, but you could also wear this on a date night if you want to impress somebody. I feel that this fragrance really has a presence to it, and when you walk into a room, you're going to be noticed, but it's not going to fill the room. It's not super strong, powerful, which is amazing for every day. You don't always want to fill up a room, but this is just absolute French chic elegance in a bottle. I could smell this on a man every single day. I don't think I could get tired of this. Although it does have that classic DNA of the iris and the cedar and vetiver, it has this unique touch to it that just makes it stand out from the rest. And I think depending on your skin chemistry, it could be slightly powdery or more sweetened up, just depending on the person. But wow, I'm shook. I'm so in love with this fragrance. And if you are in the US, don't worry, I did look it up and I found it on FragranceNet. You can purchase the Intense version on there. I am pretty sure the Eau de Parfum is there as well. I'll link them both down below just for you guys to check out. They do have a 50 ml and 100 ml. I think this is a newer bottle, so this is 150 ml. I did get the big size because I liked it that much. So I'll link that for you guys. You can still get it even though it's not available on the actual Dior website. So thankfully it is still accessible. Those are the fragrances that I picked up on my recent trip to London and Paris. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these, or if you have any suggestions for fragrances that you'd like me to try out, whether that be women's fragrances, men's fragrances, or anything in between. I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!